Mike the Ref Maloney, Big Bad Boris on the call here tonight. It's
Let's go! Let's go!
Third! The Super Kick Party! Yeah, pay the money for that. No one. And of course, you're gonna get the coffin skin. Hey, yo, 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 and away we go. Hello, everybody, to the Mike the Ref Twitch stream here on a Saturday night. We're back to Saturdays. Yay! We actually got a good show coming up here tonight. Has been pre-taped, so we know there's not going to be anything too crazy here. Hey, Jay Quick, good to see you here tonight. Yeah, like you said, should be an interesting show. Like I said, I don't expect anything too crazy. I think the biggest clip I've seen from tonight is Harley Cameron actually kissing a derriere of Anna Jay. So I know some people will be doing this. Wow, that audio sound went weird. So we got Megan Bain versus Anna Jay tonight. We have the Gates of Agony against Big Bill and Brian Keith. We have the Sons of Texas taking on the Crew. Winner gets the Hurt Syndicate at Double or Nothing. And we also got Will Hobbs going up against Wheeler Yuta tonight. So far, that's what's scheduled on the card. Like I said, it's not too crazy about what's going to be happening tonight, but we're going to get a nice follow-up from what happened earlier. I'm assuming that some stuff that's going to be going on in that Hobbs-Yuta match is going to help us figure out exactly who the teams are going to be for Double or Nothing in the Anarchy of the Arena match. Because let's face it, Swerve's already put the gauntlet down, so you know that it's happening. You just got to figure out who's going to be a part of it. Now, contrary to most people's belief, I do believe Anarchy of the Arena is usually the main event of the show. While I would love to see like Mina and Tony be main. Hell, one of the Heart Tournament matches could be main, but usually because of the chaos that's going to be the arena and what they could possibly do with it, they usually put Anarchy of the Arena as the main event. Because of... well, of course, you know, if you know Samoa Joe, he would have no problem tearing the ring apart, and, you know, that just helps ring crew a little bit, right? But in all seriousness, I think it's going to be a hell of a fun match. The card is starting to look really good right now. We got both Owen Hart Tournament matches. We got Mina and Tony. We got Anarchy in the Arena. We got the Hurt Syndicate versus, I'm going to guess, Dustin and Sammy, but it could be the... I really wonder which way they're going to go with that. Could they go with the Crew? It's going to be another team that's going to squash Bobby. They're going to get their viral moment with the whole ass cheek squeezing and whatnot, but I think that's all you're going to get out of that, unless you want a breather match. And I'm assuming we're going to get a couple more matches announced tonight for the show, but as we're getting into this, first of all, thank you everybody for stopping in. I see a lot of you are piling in here early and quick. No pun intended there, Jay Quick, all right? But I'm looking forward, like I said, I'm looking forward to see what's going to happen here tonight. And I thank each and every one of you for checking things out. After we're done tonight, we are going to run Week 19 of WWE 2K25 My GM mode. It is our go-home show to the Survivor Series PLE. I think we're going to have another ladies' night tonight because this week could be one that we could really push and make it real good. Now that I know that I don't need to book stipulations out the wazoo for a lot of these matches, we should be good. And then I think after Collision next week is when we're going to run, when we'll run Week 20 in the PLE. So because I'm just waiting for confirmation from one gentleman, but it looks like starting Wednesday night, we are going to be doing multiplayer, my GM mode. Going to be joined here by 3 exquisite gentlemen, and we're going to book shows. We're not going to be able to watch the matches just because online GM don't let you do that. But yeah, we're going to have some fun with that, so we'll see how things go here. Don't show us a commercial for Battle of the Generations and scare me like that. Apparently the video ain't ready to go yet for AEW here, so. But I haven't heard if anything's really colossally changed about what's happening tonight, but. Hey, Hoagie Man, how you doing? Hope you're doing well tonight. Oh, that's right. Crockett Cups tonight. By the way, before we get going, there's a couple best well wishes I want to state. As Megan Bain's about to come out here, I'll just get this out of the way first. I do want to wish my best to the family of Mark Scheifele, the Winnipeg Jets forward. Had his father pass away this morning, right before Game 6 of his playoff game against the Dallas Stars. So, want to wish the best to him. He's actually playing tonight, so this could be interesting. Got the Killer Instinct apps. Excellent. So, I am going to be on the Retro Riders podcast coming up next Monday, as we're going to be talking about Killer Instinct. So for anybody that's in the chat and is familiar with the podcast, I'll make sure I have links out on the socials, guys, so don't worry about it. Well, this is the first time Megan Bain's in red. Okay. We got the red and black going on. She got the backbreaker colors going on here tonight. As she should. I don't think she's going to lose another one right now, but she's only lost the pay-per-view once. This is very interesting gear she has now with the gold and the... This almost looks like Britt Baker's colors when she had her main gear on, so... Anna's trying to get the crowd fired up. You got to remember something about tonight's episode of Collision here tonight. And I want to see what kind of crowd we really have tonight. Because this is part of a 4-hour show that they taped, I do believe. Was it a 4-hour show or what? Yeah, because it was 4-hour beach break that they taped. Oh, yeah, that's right. I'm going to be interested. I do have a Roku TV, so I wonder how much that's going to... I wonder how much it's going to cost to watch that show. Because there's always a cost involved. Unless they got a whack of ads in there. Yeah, I saw that announcement about the NWA. I'm very happy about it. I'll be honest, ever since they did the crack cocaine spot during what episode? Was it the Crockett Cup last year or 2 years ago? It was during one of their pay-per-views. They actually did a segment where it looked like Father's James Mitchell was basically holding a hookers and blows segment, literally, by the rig. So when people are sniffing in white powder and they say it's sugar, well... With Samheim, okay, yeah, that's right, in Cleveland. That sounds familiar. Harley, what are you doing? As soon as Penelope interferes, Harley should be attacking Penelope, not going up on the ringside trying to get the referee's attention. Of course the referee's going to come stop her. New content. I'm glad that they got more content for AEW added onto Max for you guys down in the States. Up here in Canada, the only thing we have is the Triller right now. I'd like to see it added to Crave, because if it was, they definitely get my $10 a month. They're getting my $10 a month for I will say I was streaming earlier, the power went out briefly, so abruptly ended my stream. You know what? That's the thing. Things happen. I've seen it happen a lot. Where just little mishaps happen. Like, you just got to adapt based on what you see and what happens, right? Because I know I've had some snafus, some problems, some worries. Biggest thing for me all the time is when my stream deck decides to say nope. It's the one thing that's chased me away from that wavelength system. I know that you have that, Hoagie Man, for streaming, but I have my rolling bridge cast and it works really well. You really hit a... Let's go. No, wrong one. Damn it. We'll get... Just because of that, I'll throw the other one in. Congratulations on hitting affiliate, my friend. It's the beginning of a big step. I don't know, depending how serious you want to be as a streamer, I don't know how much affiliate's really a worry. For me, it's more the fact that if you're an affiliate, at least I know you're dedicated to it a little bit. If you're not an affiliate, it almost feels like, I don't know, I do understand the point of, we're not doing this for the money or anything, but it's just more the idea that you're actually dedicated, that you want to put in the work to do it, and people have actually watched you do the work. Yeah, get some of the emotes. The emotes are always great. And subs, you'd be surprised how many people donate subs to you. Just wanted to help you out. Hey, Chris, is that a company statement or is that your personal statement? By the way, hi Zodiac, how you doing? I can understand the retro hangover looking at Megan Bane based on the fact that she is a historical character, so she is a little bit old school. Blockbuster, but hanging on. And Megan just instantly says, nope, we're doing a Falcon Arrow here. To hell with you. I like the fact that they're opening up with this. But we might... The one thing I'm actually happy about with it being the first one is they could actually give it time. The only thing I would have to say for Megan Bane right now, the one thing I feel rough about, and actually turned out to be a very good thing, you had Megan Bane was actually that silly retro hangover. I know. In your honor, Zodiac, I will give you an extra one of those. Good to see you here. But yeah, the thing that sucked with Megan there is the fact that she took forever to get that off. Yes, I know that's a bad phrasing to put together here, chat. Forgive me. Aubrey, what do you care about? Just, they're gone. You don't have to worry about them. Doing it slower can build anticipation.
Excuse me.
I'll just leave it at that. But no, I love the shirt. Yes, I do have my Retro Hangover shirt on tonight. Speaking of the Retro Hangover. Retro Hangover podcast, one of my faves. Whatever I can, I like to support. Get the shirts, get the gear. That was an awkward power bomb. That was a very awkward power bomb. There you go. Power fall, yeah. That was a... You know what? I don't mind that kind of finish. Well, here's the thing. You trying to get somebody to struggle out of it, right? And yes, I do understand. Like, she basically went down on a knee to take it, which isn't a good way to do it. So they're not going to let us see that they, if they made up or not. Just let the anticipation grow for you there. I'll leave it there. Crowd is chilling in the work. Yeah, well, you got to remember this is part of a 4-hour show that they tape. So that's the one thing I'm worried about as we go through it tonight is how is this crowd going to deal with it? Because I think half of this was done before Dynamite and the other half was after. Okay, Nigel. Nigel McGuinness, Daniel Garcia versus FTR. Let's go. If it was before Dynamite, you might as well be begging for crowd death. Yeah, well, fair. FTR going to make Nigel look like I think that they take out Garcia to the point where Danielson comes back. I still say we're going to get that tag. And once again, pig tights, pig trod, pig power. Oh, God, I love Tony here. He's been pig for a minute. Oh, my God, we got Nigel singing. This is not good. This is going to be rough. No, not in the... I'll just give you that right now, Zodiac. So, just for a heads up, Zodiac, I haven't heard back from Vic yet. Crowder's ready to go for Wednesday. I'm whatever. That was version 1 Matt Hardy. Just like that. Yeah, there you go. V1. Yeah, I think there you go. There's a V1 for you. But yeah, for anybody that's trying to watch along with us here, it is available on the USA and Canada show. Oh no, Zodiac, one of the things about the online, we cannot watch. We can book and we have to sim. You cannot watch matches. That's one of the things I don't like about the online booking. It's a monkey paw, right? Yeah. I think you'll eventually be able to do it, but right now... So it might be a possibility that we might actually get through a draw and then maybe 2 weeks, depending on how long it takes us to book. I don't know whether we all book at the same time or we book at alternating segments. Wonder if they'll update. I think they're not going to update until 26 at least. But I would have to say that they're probably going to leave it as is right now and then just move it over. And the other part about online, you can only use the default roster. Now, I have bought in the DLC pack, so I do believe those count. Yeah, there's just a few. Purchase Doom the Dark Ages for PC, but it 220 gigs or something. It's all I know is I had to take Call of Duty off my Xbox to put on Expedition 33 and Doom the Dark Ages. Oh, I'm glad you guys, see each other, know each other. Always good to see the company coming in with each other. Oh, and just so you guys know, last night after we did a couple arcade runs of City of the Wolves there last night and we rated out, we actually hit our next follower goal of 640 so on Twitch. So the eventual goal is to get it up to 1,000. Just like our goal is 1,000 on the YouTube channel. So once again, everybody, thank you for being here, whether you're watching on YouTube or on Twitch. If you're watching on YouTube, make sure you hit the sub button. We're getting within a hair of 850 over there. Be back in a bit. Ah, cool. Don't want to hog your internet up, my friend. But yeah, once again, if you are trying to watch the show and you're just popping in here just because you wonder what's going on, in the States, this is available on TNT or Max. If you're in Canada, it's the USA and Canada channel, formerly the Discovery Channel here. So, and we have officially hit our first commercial break tonight. Which ain't bad, 20 minutes in. Usually with AEW, they're firing it up right around 15. So how's everybody's weekend so far, by the way? I know in Canada here it's the long weekend. I know next weekend's the long weekend for you in the States. I get sort of a mini holiday next week. Or... basically, I got the day of double or nothing off all the way until the Friday, so I gotta check when Collision is on next week, because I think Collision's actually gonna be moved to Tuesday. So, oh yeah, talking about the streaming service with NWA, yeah, like it's an opportunity. Yes, it is. Oh, they announced that it's Thursday. Okay, so. Which actually works better. Well, it actually works worse for me here because we were going to start doing the Split Fiction co-op stream with Kayla J, but unfortunately, I'm going to have to get a hold of her and book that back a little bit. Just heard my grandmother had a bad injury. Hoping she turns out all right. My son graduates on Friday and start my job Wednesday, so traveling... in the case of an unfortunate news would be the worst. Oh. Sorry to hear about your grandmother. I know I've heard a lot of bad news that today is the 5-year anniversary of Shad Gaspar risking his life and eventually costing his life in order to save his son from a drowning accident. And in the sports world today, well, we're going to be talking about Mongo McMichael here coming up with the tribute that they're going to be doing. But if you're a hockey fan, Winnipeg Jets, I will say New York Jets. I don't want to ever insult that team like that. Winnipeg Jets forward Mark Scheifele, his dad actually passed away this morning. So it's been an awful morning for him, but he's still in the game tonight. It's a do or die game for the Jets tonight. So he is actually in the lineup and he's playing on his own. They said it was up to him whether he wanted to play or not, and he wanted to play. But I want to give the credit here to the Dallas fans because, oh God, I'm sorry that I just cut off my statement there, but just AR Fox just getting here. But AR Fox the Dallas fans, they've actually contributed to the children's charity that Scheifele runs. Basically, the way the Bills fans took care of the Bengals after that horrible accident there, that the guy almost died, and not panicking. I like Callis. He is really starting to get agitated now. Beautiful half and half there. But no, I'm just very thankful for all you guys. You know, you're always honest. You're always bringing the energy tonight, even if things aren't the best in the world. We always find a way to make a good spin out of it. That's one of the things I do enjoy the most. Even if it is Don Callis on commentary right now. Oh, God. A shadow stop. I like that call. Now Callis might need to start getting a little worried here. Callis sometimes he gets a little carried away from where he needs to be, but he is very good at towing that line. Like, I'm not going to call Bobby Heenan because nobody is Bobby Heenan. I just reposted the graphic for everybody here. Nigel and Garcia versus FTR here. Oh, God. A jumping Michinoku driver? Jesus, that was close. What chance do I give to Ty win the title? None. None. I understand how they can play around with the TNA title because they have a working agreement. Billy Corgan is not going to trust this WWE regime any farther they can throw him. And I will say, if Gail Kim was in there, it would have made a lot more sense to... oh, God. Almost. Callis, you might want to get worried about this right now. I'll get back to the Natty match here in just a moment. Oh, here we go. Brave Buster. That should be it. Fletcher does that so damn well. Fletcher is a future star. Like, yes, he's a star now, but he is a future mega star. Oh, we got the Callis family against a whole bunch of extras. Oh, that'll be a fun one after the break here. Let me just throw a mute on here right now. But yeah, getting back to the NWA show, once again, kudos to them for being able to get on the Roku channels. And I just hope they get success. Like I said, I don't have much faith in them after that Samheim event. With the old crack cocaine and hookers and all that stuff. But in terms of Natty winning the title, I don't see it happening because I could see Billy worried about that title disappearing. I could legit see him worried about that title disappearing, not because of Natalya. Could Natty win and then give it up to someone else? I think it would have made a little bit more sense if Gail Kim was there. Because they could get in the potential of trying to set up a Gail Kim versus Natty match. Since Gail Kim's now a free agent, no longer an Impact. Or TNA, for that matter. But unfortunately, want to wish Gail Kim's good health because last week she came down with a fever / COVID symptoms. But the fever unfortunately hasn't broken, so she was unable to make it to tonight's show. So she was supposed to be the guest referee between Kenzie Page and Natalya for the NWA Women's Championship. I'd like to see Natty win just for the fact that, you know, everybody else could book her properly except Trips. I do have to admit, I do have to go back and watch the Tiffy and Nia match from last night. I heard it was really good, except for the chair shot from Tiffy to Nia that, you know, basically exploded Nia's face. But honestly, Friday nights, I can't be sitting here worried about SmackDown at this point. They're not giving me much. JC Mateo, okay. They didn't even give him a chance to put on his gear for his first match. Unless he's going to be wrestling like Dean Ambrose in the jeans and the and no shirt on and just go that way with loafers on. And yes, I did say Dean Ambrose, not Jon Moxley. Thank you. But we're heading into a crazy week of wrestling coming up. Like Saturday night's main event next week. Somebody please explain to me why they don't have a women's match on that card. Besides the fact they can't book a storyline to save their life. But yeah, I'm just looking at what's going on right now. There's nothing in the women's division to book for that. All right. So we got... Hey, Nats fan. Good to see you here tonight. Happy to see you here over on the YouTubes. So Roppongi Vice has actually got their music back. So are they bringing Callis out again? Like, why did he just stay out here? But how does it feel to have Ishii show up tonight again? Everybody dies. Good for him, yeah. So, I was reading a few, just talking about Callis and, pains in the asses and things that we're waiting on here. I did see SRS was reporting that everybody expected Darby to be back already. But apparently the climb's taking a little longer than they expected, even though they were warned that this climb could take a little longer. Oh, Brody Kingsby. I'm not used to hearing the first little... I'm too busy yapping usually when that comes up. By the way, if you guys are interested in a quick half-hour podcast to listen to, the AEW Unrestricted podcast, this week their guest was one member of the Hounds of Hell, Julia Hart. It's her second appearance on the show, so they were talking about everything that came back, dealing with the injury, everything that's come up since her first appearance, where I think she just was about to win the TBS title at that point. Oh, Shibata might not, or Takeshita might not be happy. He sees that open weight title around. What's up with Kevin Knight? No, I didn't see it. I know he's out in Japan right now with the Super Juniors, but... Interesting that we have two different champions in the ring here right now. Like, that's what I was mentioning before. Like, when it comes to AEW, you can just randomly throw a bunch of champions showing up all over the place. Oh, yeah, Nick, I've been watching his, he's had some posts go up. Or as we call them, tweets or shits, as Zodiac could probably call them. But, yeah, Nick lost his first match in the G1, or in the Super Juniors. Sheets. There we go. We'll get this straight. I really do wish I had more time to watch more wrestling, but I got so many other things on the call here going right now, so... And this is a heavy time at work right now. Oh, here we go. You hear the meat chants coming out all around the building. And everybody just screaming, meat, meat, meat. You want to get a crowd back into it, this is how you do it. Just have everybody start yelling, meat. Oh, look out for Brody, Jesus. Funny part is, with a big man like that trying to do a tope suicida, how much do you really want to catch him? Even with a guy the size of Archer, like, the angle that you got to catch him at, you're going to get smooked pretty good out of that. I'm always wondering about this. I'm just going to check this real quick while we're on here. I drink. A 12-pack is $35. It really isn't too bad. It's a good mix of like, it's not as expensive as Red Bull, but it's a little over little over monsters, so I think we might have to get a case here eventually and see how it goes. And just shipping costs. We'll have to figure out how much that is. If shipping's free, then Bob's your uncle here. I'll never forget, we tried to do the sub goal for me to order some of those Ric Flair Naturals 6 different mushrooms drinks. I'm actually very thankful for you guys not to sub at that point, just for the fact I don't know if I really wanted to try that out. Just because anything with Flair just has a little bit of less credibility than normal. But yeah, just talking about the match here a little bit here, though, with Roppongi getting back together. Now it's the chance they're going to get a little bit of a credibility here. Where do you think they go in terms of, are they actually going to get into a decent feud with anybody right now? Like, it almost feels like this is a holdover until they go back to Japan or something. I don't know. We are going to need to load up on a little bit more for Forbidden Door a little bit, but we'll have to see here. But I do like the fact that some of these New Japan guys, especially guys like Ishii, will come over to North America while they're not really being used a whole lot because of the Best of Super Juniors going on. Same thing, if you're not involved in the G1, you might as well come over and hang out a little bit, do some matches, get some popularity out of the way. Sorry, we just had a commercial for Fix It here in Canada. Just watching a drone go into a vehicle. Truth be known, chat, I realize that we have some real dumb people. I don't want to give some big details because there is some stuff going on, but literally have somebody run their vehicle into another vehicle, then run it straight out of our car wash into a pole. He decided to put his floor mat over his gas pedal. And then as the engine's running red hot, because the floor mat is sitting over the gas pedal, they decide they're smart enough they're going to hit it in reverse. And then when they hit the car, they think the appropriate thing to do is hit the gas to get off of them. They say it's a floor mat. I call BS, but I digress. Well, at least Ishii landing on his head isn't going to be that big of a deal because he doesn't have a neck. Choke slam did not win it. Gotta go for a blackout. It's Rick Knox. He's out of position by default. Oh no. Did Ishii hit a code red out of nowhere? That was pretty awesome right there. Rocky, oh God. And you decided to bring Brody in. Rocky, sorry about you, my friend. Assisted drop kick. Oh my goodness, let's go. Rocky's out on his ass. Oh my God, did he bounce there? Brody bounced that cannonball twice on that rope. That takes some serious skill. Well, Archer said that's about enough. Can we get Archer versus Brody, please? Just 1-1. just simply one-on-one. I think we'd all appreciate it. Oh, and here come the Outrunners who want to go after our... That's right, they're having this feud. Is it weird that we're getting the Vice team against the Outrunners? Roppongi Vice versus Miami Vice, maybe? I don't know. I'm sure this is going to lead to like a 10-man tag or something at a Double or Nothing. They're used to doing like the 1,500-man tags for the pre-show. Hey, it's Chugs. Oh, God, here we go. I might be immature, but I'm not a baby. Grizzled. So they're going to put Adam on commentary for this next week? I really hope they bring somebody in to take on Adam Cole with this group. Because the whole world knows that the Paragon is good. Does the whole world know that the GYV even exists? Oh my God, I totally forgot about this match tonight. Mini Rick Rude without steroids. Sorry, with the robe and everything the way that he is, I feel Rick Rude right here. Just because he doesn't do anything else with the outfits, so... I kid, of course. Blake Christian's a hell of an athlete. And I like the fact that they are trying to develop these younger wrestlers, right? Like, let's back up here about 25 years to WCW and everybody talking about how there was always a problem with that, right? Instead of simply ravishing, he's simply vanilla. And now he's going to be simply kicked. Did you hear that, you hear that Mike Bailey's always getting kicked by cats? I do have a feeling we're going to get LFI coming out here sometime tonight as well, so... This will be a fun match. Like, this looks straight out of a GCW card somewhere. I just love the opportunity that the entire world gets a chance to check out Speedball Mike Bailey now. Like, if you weren't familiar or you didn't know, Speedball Mike Bailey is one of the victims of the 5-year ban from competing in the States because he didn't have the proper visa to work shows in the States. AEW has another one of those in Josh Alexander as well now, so. See, I know how to chop too. Why is he licking his hand? Is he trying to imitate an ice cream? Yes, I'm being facetious when I say that, but. Oh, Zodiac, I wanted to ask you, and chat, feel free to chime in if you want. How confident are you with your Panthers tomorrow night? I know half of Canada's rooting for you. Wow, those double knees, try to get a quick pin out of that. But yeah, if you didn't hear for the NHL, there's a Game 6 going on tonight with Winnipeg and Dallas. That's what I was talking about earlier with Mark Scheifele and his dad passing. If Winnipeg wins that, there will be a Game 7 on Monday. And then last night, Toronto forced a Game 7 against Florida. So they're going to be playing tomorrow night for who gets to go play Carolina. Like, personally, in terms of redemption tours, if Florida wins, we could go either way on that one on that side. But in the West for Edmonton, if they're calling this the redemption tour, if they end up taking on Winnipeg, that just reminds them of the time they got swept in that year with the Canadian division, right? The 2021, the COVID season without the bubble. So, Jay Quick, I know you've been asking about this or you've been mentioning this for a while. When do you think we finally get the Prab Alexander appearance? Do we see it this Wednesday, or do we wait till the pay-per-view? Or do we wait till after that? Because the one thing about AEW, the one thing they're really good... Oh, God. Blake Christian went for a flying nothing and ended up eating a super kick for his troubles. I think there's a possibility we might be waiting till All In before we see him. I think Wednesday as he attacks MJF while he signed the contract. That would actually make sense. I like the fact that it is a little bit wide open, sort of like the men's Owen tournament, right? Actually, both of them, men's and women's. Oh my God, the crane kick worked. Don't ever stomp on somebody's foot who knows how to do a crane kick. I think that's lessons to be learned. Beautiful. But once again, everybody, just thank you for being here, as always. For those watching on YouTube, please feel free to hit the thumbs up. Every thumbs up actually spreads the word to everybody about that we're on, so it helps more people get in here. And if you haven't yet, hit the subscribe button. It is free. Get a nice little graphic that comes up on the screen here as we go. For those on Twitch, thank you again. If you haven't followed yet, please do. If you really like what you see, consider subscribing. No pressure at all, though. Lashley could have a clause in the contract where MJF fights mystery opponent. Yeah, that's true. I still think it's good. It should be MJF and Lashley at the pay-per-view, but Speedball wins on that meteor kick again. Or how's it go? Sights up, but okay. Ryu and Ken. Don't show the losers as they're walking away because they still feel like they're in decent shape. Okay. He's called out Okada. Are we actually going to get this match? Here he comes. Are we actually going to get Speedball versus Okada? I don't think we're going to get it tonight. We'll get it at the pay-per-view, but still. Yeah, he's in his suit. If we have to have a holdover fight for Okada getting ready for the pay-per-view, this is actually... Hey, the Moon, how you doing tonight? Oh my God, Okada called it. And there's Jalise the Code Rouge. LFI gotta show up. If you're a Jim Cornette fan, I appreciate you. Everybody's got their opinions. I don't mind some of the stuff Cornette says, but... And he knows he doesn't have a partner here tonight. LFI is out there knowing that Kevin Knight's in Japan right now. This has actually been a pretty decent mini rivalry here. You got to admit, this is a little bit of a decent mini rivalry. The Gates of Agony, Big Bill, Brian Keith. I haven't had to do a ton of build for it, but the few weeks that they have, I'm assuming it's going to be culminated tonight as a total, but... And the fact we haven't had to have Jericho on our screen here, so just... I'll throw this out in memoriam of Jericho not being here.
What the hell is that?
Because I know you guys are all looking at that, so... Uh-oh. Okay, yeah, this is... All right, I do have to put a public service announcement out here on behalf of myself for... I trust that everybody that I have in here, maybe except one person, you know who you are, would be smart enough not to worry about this. Whenever you're going to do a meet and greet, especially with a female, don't try and kiss them. Especially on the lips.
What the hell was that?
Think I probably just... I'll throw one of those.
You idiot!
Maybe a little bit of that. And I'll even throw a little bit of that there too. If you guys weren't on the socials today, Soraya had to actually put that out as a post on X. Just because it actually happened. Why too lame? All right. It's 2. I give you 2 there. But yeah, Jericho, nice having Jericho just, I want him to come back, but I'd rather have him as a manager. Rather have him as somebody that helps support. Somebody get involved in 6-man tags for all I care. That way he's got a little spread out. He doesn't have the energy to go full time anymore. But he still has that gift of gab. That will help. It does suck that a lot of the stuff that he says takes away from time that other people can have. But at the same time, I think a lot of it comes down to how Big Bill and Brian Keith do here. Not necessarily tonight, just in general. If things can improve that way. Man, I am seeing a lot of posts for Eddie Kingston right now, flashing up my phone as I'm literally coming by here. So what do you guys think about the 2 residencies that are coming up? Like immediately following All In, they're doing... he's done... I don't think he's completely done. I think he's got some left in the tank, but just not all of it. Personally. Hello, Mr. McGee. How are you doing tonight? I like the fact that TSN or whoever's running this channel can't figure out that they're running a commercial on a commercial for Max on Canadian TV right now. But I digress. And we go back to commercial breaks again. It's stupid. If he can get his license, I'm just gonna throw that there for you there. But no, I want to see where this storyline comes out. If it comes back to Jericho running back to his full-time gimmick as before, Sting knew when to get out. That's the best way to put it. Sting knew when to get out. Jericho needs to learn it ASAP. But I think this is more about... Oh, I thought we were getting an extra commercial. Keep it special, yeah. Like, keep it special and also keep it quick. I think this is more about Big Bill and Brian Keith, because one of the biggest things coming up is the fact that Jericho's like 50-50 when it comes to how he's booked in terms of does he get people over? Does he, he talks about all these people that he got to the next level. Well, there's a whole lineup of people that weren't taken to the next level. So, like I said, there's a little bit of a give and take here on that. But no, next Thursday will be the last Collision before the pay-per-view. And then after All In, going back to what we were talking about here, they're going to Chicago for 3 weeks. A smaller venue in Chicago, not the big one like they're working at tonight. I think it's actually a very genius thing to do. And then before they head out to Europe for. Well, I guess it's right around for like they're running right around Forbidden Door to All Out. Or no, it's right after Forbidden Door until All Out. They're running Philly, which I think is going to be a lot of fun. Because, well, when you find Tony Khan and you find something very special to him, he does a little bit extra to make it feel a lot special for all of us. So that's one thing. That's one thing you sort of find. These Chicago shows are a little extra special. Yeah, Wintrust in. Oh, here we go. Promo for. Yeah, I think they're working. Yeah, they were working. I think they're working Wintrust tonight. Then they're working a bowl for. There's supposed to be some kind of theater that they're working for those 3 weeks in the in service. All I know is a smaller venue. The smaller venue's a bit of a home run here for AEW. By the way, good to see you here, Edward, as well. Thank you for checking in. Thank you for your comment. I appreciate you. I think these summer runs, especially when they did, like, for those that don't know, I'm from Edmonton, Alberta, Canada. And I was a part of the Canadian tours they used to do. And frankly, we are starved for AEW/WWE wrestling. And even then, the Dynamites would do okay. But the Collisions, in this middle of the summer, nobody's sticking around inside during the summer up here. Like right now in Canada, this is the long weekend. This is Victoria Day, where we celebrate the Queen and the King. Next week you got President's Weekend down the States. Yeah, there you go. At the Argo, that's right, at the ballroom. But yeah, they're doing a ballroom show for 3 weeks as they're heading into the week of All In. I love it. I really do, just because, once again, getting somewhere where people be around. The ballroom blitz, 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 ballroom blitz. All right, we got a bar baseball bat. We got garbage cans. We got, is that a hockey stick or a kendo stick? Oh, absolutely. There's great wrestling in Alberta. If you're interested as well, Edward, feel free to subscribe to the channel here. If you look in the wrestling category, I was a wrestling content producer here from 2015 to 2020. I still have more stuff to put up there, but there is a ton of great wrestling available on the channel here from the indie seat up here. Yeah, thank you, Nats. I appreciate it. Yeah, if I had to take a priority... Oh, God. I appreciate when they're doing a bar baseball bat. They'll do the shot to the back first, then head over to the knee. I'll be honest with you guys, the subs are great. We just got to get more hours put on there. That just means more content, right? On the YouTube channels. But once we get things going, things will work out. Great little spot. I might go check it out. They do... Yeah, a lot of the venues at AEW are doing our concert halls. And they've been turning out really well. Like, they're starting to really get the key thing is they're getting the camera work down. And former WWE commentator and former TNA producer Josh Matthews is right now helping out more with the Ring of Honor production, but he's also shadowing for Collision and Dynamite. So you'd always bring it in some ideas, right? You think Ric Flair closed the show? No. I think what we do is the tribute to Monaco McMichael will be second last. I think you do that right before we get to our main event. Because a tribute like that, it's going to be a little bit of a... It's going to bring the crowd down quite a bit. Oh, God. Well, Keith is dead. But yeah, I think you finished the night on a high note. Personal opinion, the order of matches coming up here. You do the tag title match or the number one contenders match next. All right, you snapped a pull cue over his head. He just means you're nuts. Both guys are using a broken pull cue here. I think we go with the tag match first. Yes, I know that's 2 tag matches in a row. Bad karma. And then we do the Mongo McMichael tribute. And then we finish off with Wheeler and... Yeah, it does sound painful. I like the fact that they're literally just hitting each other like 2 bulls. Yes, I know you talk about the pull cue, but I'm still throwing that in there because, let's face it, you can put it any which way you want. Hey, Hoagie back. Glad to see you back. Everybody's filing in here right now. That is insulated cable, folks, that he's getting choked out with. That isn't just regular cord. Bill is looking like a freaking monster here. All right, that sucked. Let me guess, we're getting another commercial break. Yep, another commercial break, so us in Canada, we don't get to watch anything of it. But no, Bill Singles push time. Well, that's been like 3 years in the making, my friend. They just still haven't figured out that they need to do that yet. Personally, they should have been doing that, well, way back. Hell, when he was still with Ricky Starks. Before he decided to get all holy and become a saint. But yeah, I have a lot of patience for Tony Khan. The booking has been good. It's just there's so much more available. Tony Khan is small and skinny. Tony doesn't know how to book big men. That's been one of the hits on him. Doesn't know how to book women. Doesn't know how to book big men. And with all decent respect, he hasn't booked a whole lot of big men to begin with. Like, he just hasn't had them available on the roster. Like, Archer's been a constant. And when I talk about big men, I'm talking about, like, tall big men. Like, most of the big men that he gets are, like, guys that can work with a cruiserweight. Guys like Brian Cage. Guys like Brody King. Bigger guys that can still move and do work and are probably a little bit smaller, which sort of makes me not surprised, but he's been hit and miss with Hobbs too. Yeah, it's fair. Hobbs's knees have been a little hit and miss too, if you get my drift. That's where we need this. That's Hobbs's knees here. So. But it seems like anytime he gets ahead with some of these guys, some will just come down with some of the weirdest injuries as they go through. So. Oh my God, we just got an advertisement for the Pee Wee Herman documentary. I am not just no. Just straight up no. And once again, they switch over to Max way too early. I love this channel some nights. Sometimes they do great, and sometimes you're just like, what the hell are you guys doing? But yeah, in terms of everything going on with the card here, like as we're getting set up for Double or Nothing, it's turning out to be pretty solid overall here. We're gonna get a ton of like. It's weird. The week of the show, you just get a ton of matches booked all out of the blue. And the fact that we are getting Collision on a Thursday. Keith is dead again. Well, here's the thing, and this is why Rick Knox confuses me as a referee. Brian Keith is in a trash can. Brian Keith's shoulders are in a trash can. How are they pinned to the mat? Like, how can you seriously see that? They're doing a Saturday, Wednesday in Seattle. That's interesting. Ooh, we got bricks. Time to hit the bricks, folks. As we are going to be hitting to the ad break here pretty quick, guys. For anybody that's not sub, just a heads up for you. As that sound just echoes throughout the building. Everybody ring my bell, ring my bell. He just wants to build a fireproof house for Swerve. Keith, you're a bounty hunter. You need to learn certain rules. Even this crowd's telling him what he screwed up. Don't hit a Samoan in the head. Just don't. Actually, now that I think about it, you're probably going to do the Mongo McMichael tribute tonight, or right after this match. Because you need time to clean up all this crap. Well, he hit him in the head with a trash can, and he just said, nope, we'll just back up and reset a little bit. Nigel's out of the way right now. I am the table. You see what happened to Nigel? I don't know if you saw the replay. Nigel literally dove over the barricade. Like he's lying on the other side of the barricade in front of the crowd. I'll take the women's Rampage matches over this. Nigel's so good at his job. Absolutely he is. And if you didn't hear, McGee, they made it official tonight. It's going to be Nigel and Garcia versus FTR at the pay-per-view. Which I'm going to have to find out where I can get it, because it's still not up on Triller. I might have to buy it on Amazon. Well, leave with Bishop Cod, you can hit him in the back and it'll still work, right? He's like, wait a second, we're not allowed to finish yet. That table isn't destroyed. Oh, I thought I was going to do a wasteland there. Well, Bill's ready. There it is. All right, now we're down to two I want to get. PPV.com's carrying it. Fair enough. The reason I'm looking at Amazon instead is because I can get it right on my TV. PPV.com I can't get on my TV right now, on my Roku TV. Also, I'm trying to wait and see if Triller's going to do a 2-for special with Double or Nothing. Or with All In, sorry. Because they've been doing a lot of those 2-for-1 deals. If they don't, oh well, you'd pay for it with a grin on your face, but... Oh yeah, here we go. That should do it. Big Bill with a win. And that look at his eyes, my goodness. I love Tony on commentary when he has free rant. Yeah, like, well, the fact that he hasn't had to work with, he didn't have to work Dynamite tonight. Like, this was a 4-hour show, right? They had Ian Riccaboni work with Excalibur and Taz for Dynamite this week. And just think, folks, this is a middle match in the card. Like, in most shows, this would be a main event match. It was a really damn good match. And I don't mind violence for violence sake. And that's the thing. I love the fact that Mina's back for her run as an official member of the AEW roster, and she's already getting a title match. So is Mariah coming back to... I hope so, to be honest. Either help or hurt, one or the other. Just get that feud for me there, somewhere there. I think Mariah comes back to screw over. I better fix that with certain people here. Told you guys we're going to do this right now. Mongo was one of the best. If you guys didn't get a chance to check him out live.
Hello, Misty. Glad to have you here, my dear.
For having me. Yes, he was the best, greatest man I've ever known in my life. And he, made a special imprint on football and in wrestling. And I was married to him for
You were bored yet?
Total, and I'm happy to be here.
This was my young adult years.
And with her, of course, one of the great four horsemen. Let's hear it for Dean Malenko.
Dean's having a hard time staying up.
Steve Mongo McMichael was a four-time All-Pro, two-time Pro Bowl selection. He was a member of the Chicago Bears World Championship team at Super Bowl 20.
One of the best teams ever, that Chicago Bears team of Super Bowl 20 there. Like, seriously, like, Mongo was one of the best personalities around.
The fighting spirit, the determination, and the athleticism of
And he just got wrestling. That's the thing.
the Chicagoland area. Plus, in this building, he coached the Chicago Slaughter to an undefeated season in arena football right here in this building.
Oh, yeah, got to get over the arena football team.
Professional wrestling, Steve Mongo McMichael became a four horseman. He started out as an announcer right here on TNT, went on to become a great professional wrestler, was the United States heavyweight champion, and because May is
The Logan Paul of his day, except he didn't scam thousands of people.
Les Turner ALS Foundation, whose mission is to provide
Allegedly.
people living with ALS. Scan the QR code on your screen.
At least Mongo's allowed all around the world right now.
Ladies and gentlemen, please stand with me and welcome the close friend of Steve Mongo McMichael, one of the greatest world champions ever to step foot in the ring. Ladies and gentlemen, the Nature Boy, Ric Flair.
I really hope that Flair doesn't turn this into a thing of him. The pick of Sting was, yeah, like, that's out of, I think that's out of Bill Apter's set of books here. But yeah, I'm really hoping Flair doesn't make this about himself. Well, yeah, he looks rough. He is a Flair, yeah, like, I get it.
You and I have stood together, me holding the microphone for many, many, many years. Tonight is very
Yeah, don't Hogan this, Rick, please.
for all of us.
It is, and first of all, I want to say that Chicago is one of the greatest wrestling towns in the world.
All right, get the pop in. Gotta like it.
Always want to say, to be the man, you got to beat the man. Steve McMichael has been more man than anyone I've ever known in my life. He fought this disease for 6 years. 6 years. Fully aware of everything around him. And he won
Like, this is insane right now.
massive 280-pound man. Finally made it to the Hall of Fame. And now he's in heaven. God bless him, and thank you all for celebrating this time. Misty, I cannot say enough about Misty. She never left his side. She learned how to be a nurse. 6 years.
Damn. This 4 years ago would have knocked out Dean with his ring, yeah.
There you go. Thank you. That's it. Thank you so much for participating in this, and thank you all for coming out.
Yeah, I like the fact that he's... There's a lot of stories that he can do. There's a lot of stuff he can talk about, but let's face it, we only have a couple minutes.
People living with ALS to confidently navigate the disease as well as research for the prevention, treatment, and
Flair did a good job. You know what? For all the crap that we give him for all the bullshit, and they go straight to commercial because, well, the other advantage is right now they do have a tape show, so I wonder if there's some stuff that was added in there that wasn't brought to air. But I don't think Flair did much of anything else about that. When you keep Ric Flair out of the idea of being in the ring and basically keep him away from forcing himself into wrestling. I honestly feel that Ric Flair can do a lot more for the wrestling business than not. Let's face it, he is an encyclopedia of wrestling. He just straight up is. Like, he knows so much about the wrestling business, inside out, upside down, the ins, the outs, the politics, this guy went through a freaking plane accident and still loves this business the way that he does. I understand he's on hard times and he goes through wives like I go through cans of pop here. So, but it's respectfully, Flair's got to get his kudos. Do I want to see Ric Flair in the ring again? Hell no. It's about as much as I want to see myself in the ring, period. But in terms of just letting him talk, letting him, when he was trying to be a manager, like to be a heel manager for Rick, he was trying to be a face manager when he came in the 2 times that he did. And that just basically ruined him, I think. The Jets scored first on the road. Let's go. Charlotte Flair's the only thing holding Charlotte Flair back is expectation. Charlotte Flair is the exact example of goalpost moving. Let's face it, every time that she succeeds, people just move the goalpost that much further away. When you're as good as, well, Ashley Flair, sorry, I'm using real names here, just how good she really is, and the fact that she's letting her personality drip feed out with everything that's going on and just being honest, I know it's been a bit of a fallback there, but best female wrestler, that's debatable. And there's a couple reasons for that, Nats. And I completely give you a case for that. I also believe that it's hard to compare. Why in the frick are they going to a movie here? Like, there is a lot to compare there. Let's just say, yeah. USA Canada today has just been rough. Just straight old rough. And the fact that they got the, it's a tape broadcast, so that's even worse. Because this was taped on Wednesday, by the way. They were doing a 4-hour special. In many ways, you have to look at, and I do highly recommend if you are on the YouTube channel, the last video we have up before this is the Ladies Wrestling Showcase, where Astrid and Melball talk about the Queen of the Ring movie, where you have the story of Mildred Burke involved and whatnot. I want to watch it. That's one of my goals here, that over the next week's holidays, is to take the time to watch it. There's that era. There's the Black Adam. Yeah, that's what we saw the opening to that. They went straight to commercial here. So we are still missing 2 matches here. And Tony Khan's probably on the phone freaking out. Where's my last half hour of my show? They still have the movie. Oh, God, this could be fun. I'm just waiting to see what the response is online here. Holy. McGee, can I just once again do this? Because not only did the Jets score, but it was Mark freaking Scheifele scored. The guy whose dad died this morning. Yeah, Zodiac, we were just talking about that. They got Black Adam on right now. Seems like Dwayne Johnson decided to get a little influence over AEW right now. I'm just waiting to see what Tony Khan's going to say here when because, yeah, we still got 2 more matches yet. We got Wheeler versus Powerhouse Hobbs, and we also have the tag match between the Sons of it fully got replaced on my Hulu. Ooh. But Nats fan, I'll give you this first, by the way. Even on the listing, ooh. Well, we'll give it a little bit of time here. We're early yet. We're gonna, if we don't get it back sooner than later, like I said, I'm literally waiting to see what. I'm assuming TK's got this right now. Hey, Bash 8, we're in the same boat right now. Like right now in Canada, we literally have commercials running ever since the Mongo McMichael tribute. Where it comes to in the States, apparently Black Adam's on. Like, I think they literally just screwed up. Pirate sites are Black Adam is, oh God. I got a feeling that the last half hour of Collision is going to be on YouTube for everybody to watch. I really wonder how Tony Khan's phone's blowing up right now. All right, I just put a tweet out there. Maybe my little tweet could help. So how much influence does The Rock have? Well, obviously he has enough that he's freaking... he's got enough influence that he's actually, changing things around. Anytime... Oh, God. I'm seeing it come up a little bit here, but we'll see how things go. This tweet is good. The Rock bought out the last 30 minutes of Collision so he can make the people watch a shitty fucking movie. That is a winner. That is a winner. Could you imagine how pissed Tony is right now, though? With everything going on? Just what? Hey, that's fair. Folks, when in doubt, Insert Brock Rubik's Cube theme. Oh, God, I don't want to even think about that meme. Let's remember there is a gentleman, and Zodiac, I want to give you credit. You just sent me a DM about it. There is a gentleman who works at AEW that used to represent the network. So let's all collectively blame Don Callis. Because, well, let's face it. Callis's matches are done, so he'll give a shit about the rest of it. Let him run Black Adam here. You know the internet world is going to go nuts about this because we have not only the fact that it's AEW, it's The Rock, of all people. If it was anything but a Rock movie, maybe we would have been okay, but this is just not good. I got a feeling right now that they literally fucked up. Oh God, this is gonna be a bit of an all over the place thing here. Best episode of Collision ever. All right, so here's what we're going to chat. How long do you want us to wait? We don't even get Black Adam up here. Like, literally, since it started, we're getting commercials. That's it. Because in Canada, they can't show the Black Adam movie because it's on a different network. So like I said, I am literally just scrolling through everything right now, just... Because you can imagine how much of a... Yeah, now we're starting to get more of it. So... Rock take WWE at AEW. That's true. Sorry, I'm at a loss for words right now about what's going on. What I think we might end up doing here, like, we might have to pull the pin here. Somebody's getting fired over this. That's for damn sure. All right. Yeah. Sorry. I'm getting things straightened out. Boat crashes in the... Oh, God. Now we get... Are you talking about the movie? Thanks for the posture check, guys. Sorry, I was just quickly checking over the socials one more time there. But you know what, chat? Oh, real boat in New York City. Ooh. Well, I really do hope everybody's okay there, depending on what kind of boat it is, and hope everybody's doing okay there. But I guess we're going to have to call it there, guys. Like, I'll wait till the ad break's done here, but... Oh, wait. We joined the program already in progress. Hold on. Ha! All right. It's official. They moved us over to Highway to Hell instead. So, yeah, we're going to have to call it for this half of the show. The advantage is we're going to get an early night tonight because we're going to get into WWE 2K25 right now. So, yeah. At least we know what the talking point's going to be on Monday when it comes to talking about Collision this week. I got a feeling the last two matches are going to be put up on YouTube for everybody. We, technical difficulty ticker at the bottom. We're not even getting that, so respectfully, I don't know if it's worthwhile sitting here for another 20 minutes trying to wait for it to come up. But personally, I think it's just, as much as I love AEW and as much as I'd love to be patient about this, I'm going to check one more time. Please visit the AEW website for updates. Yeah. Yeah, they said, due to technical difficulties, AEW Collision is not airing tonight. Well, that's it. We pulled the plug. Everybody, I'm sorry. Sorry we didn't get to do more of that. But on the plus side, we do get a chance to get started a little earlier on WWE 2K25 here. So, yeah, for those watching on Twitch, hang on here for a sec. We're going to go to... Yes, I understand we went through a commercial break, but we're going to go through another one right away as we get everything set up on the Xbox. But for those on YouTube, there is a pinned message on the screen with my link to my Twitch channel. Feel free to pop in there. I'm sure there'll be a lot of us be able to talk about what happened here with that. But we're going to wrap this up for YouTube. But because unfortunately YouTube... DMCA is a lot of the music that goes on during the WWE 2K streams, so it doesn't do it as often when I do it as a tape video, so we're just putting, those will be up on our gaming channel, backbreaker_gaming. Tonight's episode will be up on Tuesday, so with that being said, for everybody on YouTube, make sure you hit the thumbs up, make sure you hit the subscribe. We will be here on Wednesday like we're supposed to. AEW, well, you know, hopefully they show up. And Wednesday, we're also going to have the debut of our co-op run for 2K25 by GM. But with that being said, thank you everybody for being here. Sorry I couldn't talk about the two main events. I'm assuming Hobbs and Yuta turned into a schmosh. And let's go with the Crew winning the tag match. And it's flipping back and forth. I appreciate you. But for those on YouTube, thank you for being here. And we will see you all here on Wednesday at the proper time. And hopefully stay till the full time over on the Backbreaker video channel. Thank you, everybody. Take care.